Welcome back to our channel. Today is an absolutely beautiful day to dive into the wildest, most unhinged drama Genoa City has given us in a long time. Grab a snack and get comfortable because we have so much to unpack today. Let's get right into it. Oh my god, I'm screaming. I literally cannot even deal right now with what is happening on the young and the restless. Okay, listen. I was just sitting here eating my dinner, literally minding my own business, shoveling pasta into my mouth, and my jaw dropped to the actual floor. I almost choked. I had to pause the TV and text my best friend immediately because the level of stress this show is giving me is honestly out of control. My dog was looking at me like I had completely lost my mind because I was yelling at the screen. We desperately need to talk about Sally Spectret and Billy Abbott because I am having a full-blown panic attack on their behalf. Seriously, Sally is pregnant, okay? She is carrying a literal child, and instead of picking out cute little onesies or painting a nursery or doing literally anything normal, she is currently spiraling into a massive, dark pit of anxiety. Why? Because Billy is caught up in the most insane legal mess ever. I mean, why can't they just be happy for like 5 minutes? Is that too much to ask? And think about everything Billy and Sally have been through to get to this point. They had to fight so hard for this relationship. Billy was always known as this reckless, impulsive guy who couldn't commit to anything without messing it up, but Sally actually grounded him. She made him want to be a better man, and Sally. She's been judged by literally everyone in Genoa City. People treated her like trash, but Billy saw her worth. They were finally at this beautiful place where they were looking forward to the future, picking out baby names, probably looking at cribs online. And now this dark cloud of Victor's AI manipulation is just raining all over their parade. It makes me so mad. I want to jump through the screen and fight Victor myself. I swear to God. Wait. Let me back up. Oh wait. Before that happened. Actually, let me explain the Victor Newman of it all because it is WILD. So Victor, who is honestly acting like an absolute supervillain right now, like full-on comic book villain era, has this wild AI program. And he used it to generate all this fake criminal evidence to frame Phyllis Summers and Kane Ashby. Which, okay, classic Victor move. We love a petty king who holds a grudge forever, but Billy's name is somehow in this fake evidence too. Billy is literally dragged into this Phyllis and Kane mess, and Sally is losing her actual mind. I mean, can you blame her? She's pregnant. She needs peace. Her hormones are probably raging. But no, Billy's past and his connection to these endless, exhausting corporate wars are coming back to haunt him. Billy gave up his obsession with Chancellor. He really did. He stepped down and was ready to just focus on Sally and their new baby. He was ready to be a family man. But Victor's AI frame-up is dragging him right back into the mud, and it is so unfair. And can we just pause for a second to talk about this AI program Victor is using? Since when did Victor Newman become a tech genius hacker? It's honestly terrifying. He had this program generate flawless, completely fake evidence. Emails, documents, financial trails, all of it completely fabricated to make it look like Phyllis, Kane, and Billy were conspiring together. It's so high-tech and sneaky. No wonder Billy is freaking out. How do you even prove that AI evidence is fake when it looks that real? Christine Blair Romalotti is definitely not going to know the difference. She's just going to see the paperwork and slap handcuffs on them. The legal system in Genoa City is already a joke, but this AI stuff is taking it to a whole new level of unhinged. And don't even get me started on Sally's trauma. I literally want to cry just thinking about it. We all know what happened with baby Ava. Sally lost her baby girl with Adam, and that grief is something she is going to carry forever. It was one of the most heartbreaking storylines ever. So now that she's finally pregnant again, her anxiety is already through the roof. She's terrified of losing this baby too. And adding the threat of Billy going to prison to that mix, not okay. The audacity of Victor to do this right now is staggering. Sally is pacing around their apartment, terrified that Billy's past is going to ruin their future. She's probably having nightmares about raising this kid alone while Billy is wearing an orange jumpsuit. Billy is trying so hard to reassure her, holding her, telling her that his role in this whole AI evidence thing is going to blow over, but honestly, he doesn't even know for sure. He's just saying that to keep her calm because she is literally growing a human and does not need the stress. He's trying to be the strong one, but you can see the panic in his eyes too. At this point, I'm yelling at my screen, like, Billy, do something, go fix this, and honestly, he does. Billy realizes he can't just sit around in his living room waiting for Victor's fake evidence to send him to jail and leave his pregnant fiancée alone to fend for herself. So what does he do? He takes action. He goes to confront Kane. Yes, Kane Ashby. I forgot to mention earlier, but Kane is currently dealing with his own massive disaster, and Billy tracks him down on his train. I was like, wait, are they really doing this right now? A train confrontation, iconic. Billy wants Kane to testify against Phyllis. He wants Kane to go to Christine Blair Romolity, who is already breathing down everyone's necks and loving every second of it, and make it crystal clear that Billy had absolutely nothing to do with this hostile takeover mess. Billy is desperate. Like, you can hear the desperation in his voice. He's literally begging Kane to clear his name because he had the chance to grab Chancellor earlier, but he walked away. He never actually took it. He made the mature choice for once in his life. So why should he go down for Phyllis's crimes? I mean, which is insane, by the way, because Phyllis is a whole other level of unhinged right now. Wait, did I already say that? Whatever. Anyway, Billy is trying to stop this mess from spiraling completely out of control. He knows that if Kane flips on Phyllis and tells Christine the truth, it might be the only way to save himself and give Sally the peaceful life she deserves. But honestly, getting Kane to cooperate is like pulling teeth. Kane is so stubborn, and he's dealing with his own mess, so why would he stick his neck out for Billy? The tension in that scene was palpable. I was literally on the edge of my seat. Okay, where was I? Right. So while Billy is trying to play damage control and save his future with Sally, we have to talk about Victor Newman and Michael Baldwin. I can't breathe. This dynamic is actually giving me hives. Victor is so ruthless right now. He summons Michael, and you can just see the sheer terror in Michael's eyes. Michael is sweating through his expensive suit. Victor has a massive demand, so Nick Newman's sweet. Messy, constantly making bad choices, Nick is apparently trying to broker some kind of secret deal with Matt Clark behind Victor's back. Why would he do that? Nick, seriously, what are you thinking? Matt Clark is a literal psychopath who locked Nick in a storage room in Vegas and pumped him full of fentanyl. He tortured him. And now Nick is trying to make a deal with him. Make it make sense. Victor obviously finds out because Victor knows everything. He probably has cameras in the trees. I swear. And Victor is absolutely furious that Nick is going rogue. Victor hates it when his kids don't follow his exact grid. So Victor decides he needs to regain the upper hand, and he turns to Michael. Victor pressures Michael to sabotage Nick's deal with Matt Clark. Yes, you heard me correctly. Victor wants his own lawyer to sabotage his own son's deal with a literal psychopath, just so Victor can prove he's the one in control. And Victor makes it very clear to Michael that this is a test of loyalty. He's basically like, are you loyal to the Newman family, or are you loyal to Phyllis? Because remember, Michael has been secretly trying to help Phyllis and Lauren, and Victor is not having it. Victor caught him, fired him, and now he's dangling Michael's entire career over his head. I am literally sweating just talking about this. Michael is in an impossible position. If he sabotages Nick's deal, he could be putting Nick in even more danger with Matt Clark. Matt is unhinged and violent, but if Michael disobeys Victor, Victor will completely destroy his career, get him disbarred, and ruin his life. Victor wants to catch Matt Clark on his own terms, and he refuses to let Phyllis win. He tells Michael that he better not miss this opportunity to reclaim the Newman Empire, and he forces Michael to help him trap Matt without letting Phyllis get any kind of victory. The manipulation is honestly top-tier villain behavior. It's so twisted, and I am so here for it, but also I feel so bad for Michael. He just wants to practice law and love his wife. Leave him alone. But wait, oh my god, I haven't even gotten to the craziest part yet. I literally choked when this happened. So, Nick is already in way over his head with this Matt Clark deal, right? He thinks he's being so smart and stealthy. But Nick has a much darker secret, the fentanyl. Matt Clark got him hooked on it in Vegas, and Nick has been struggling so hard. He's supposed to be in outpatient rehab, trying to get clean, trying to be a good dad and a good man, but the pressure is just too much. He's trying to take down Matt, deal with his family drama, and fight his own brain chemistry all at the same time, and in next Wednesday's episode. Victor Newman catches him. My jaw dropped. I am not even kidding. I screamed at the TV so loud my neighbors probably heard me. Victoria walks in on Nick, and she corners him. She demands answers about his recovery. And it's not just a casual, hey, how are you doing, brother, conversation. No, Victoria literally catches Nick popping pills. She sees him taking the drugs. I can't even deal right now. The sound of that pill bottle rattling is going to haunt my dreams. The look on her face when she realizes her brother is still actively using and completely addicted, it was iconic acting, honestly. You could see her heart break and her anger flare up all at the exact same time. Victoria is fiercely protective of her family and seeing Nick so broken and lying to everyone. She absolutely loses it. A massive confrontation is brewing between them. Victoria is going to rip into him. She's going to demand to know why he's lying, why he's not taking his rehab seriously, and how he could be so reckless when the family is already dealing with so much chaos from Victor, Matt Clark, and Phyllis. She's probably going to bring up their mother. Nikki struggled with severe alcoholism for decades, and Victoria knows exactly how addiction destroys a family. Nick is going to be so defensive, because addicts always are, and he's probably going to lash out at her. I'm calling it now. This is going to end badly. Mark my words, Nick is going to say something horrible to Victoria to get her to back off, or Victoria is going to go straight to Victor and Nikki and expose him. She won't keep this secret. She can't. And knowing Victoria, she is not going to handle this with kid gloves. She is the CEO type. She demands order and perfection. Seeing her brother completely unraveled and high is going to trigger every control issue she has. She's going to want to fix him, but she's going to do it by yelling and threatening him. And Nick is a proud guy. He doesn't want to admit he's weak. He doesn't want to admit Matt Clark broke him. So when Victoria confronts him, he's going to deny. He'll probably say the pills are for his leg pain or something stupid, but Victoria isn't dumb. She knows what fentanyl addiction looks like. She knows the signs. I just know this scene is going to win an Emmy. I can feel it in my bones. The screaming, the crying, the betrayal. Honestly, she needs to get it together. I swear, Victoria can be so cold and corporate sometimes, but in this case, she is entirely justified. Nick is playing with fire. He's popping pills while trying to negotiate with Matt Clark, who is literally the person who got him addicted in the first place. The irony, the tragedy, it's all so dramatic. I was like, are you serious, Nick? You cannot outsmart a villain like Matt when you are literally high on fentanyl. You are going to get yourself killed. He thinks he has it all under control, but he is spiraling so fast. Okay, I need to take a breath. This show is going to give me an actual heart attack. Between Sally's pregnancy panic, Billy begging Kane on a train to save him from Victor's AI framing, Victor forcing Michael to sabotage Nick's dangerous deal, and Victoria catching Nick relapsing. I am exhausted. but I am also so invested I can't look away. I am literally counting down the seconds until the next episode. What do you guys think? Is Billy going to clear his name and save his future with Sally? Is Michael going to betray Nick to save his own skin? Is Victoria going to out Nick's addiction to the rest of the family? Let me know, because I am losing my mind over here.